Welcome to the Rendezvous with B School series. I'm very happy to introduce Tamra Johnson from University of California, Riverside. Ms. Johnson is an Associate Director of International Relations at the School of Business Administration. Later, we will be joined by Mr. Patrick. Patrick is the Associate Director of Graduate Admissions. Welcome, Tamra. Request you to start your presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity this morning to be able to present our program to all of you. I know you probably had many things you could have done today, so thank you for joining. I apologize for the slide, you not being able to see that I'm actually from Riverside. I am from the A. Gary Anderson Graduate School of Management. We are part of the prestigious University of California school system, which of course is known around the world as one of the most prestigious systems in the world. So today's agenda, we will be talking about the system of University of California Riverside Business School, our master's degree, and of course student life. Our business school is ideally located in Riverside. We are approximately 60 miles east of Los Angeles. We are the international hub for commerce. We are one of the fastest growing commerce areas in the entire United States. Half of the goods that enter into the United States actually flow right through Southern California, and they actually come right through our Inland Empire region. And I say, why is that good for students? And you need to know the reason that's good for students is because it provides jobs, it provides internships, it also provides research for our faculty. And so you are, as a student, allowed to participate in that research. It provides, like I said, those internships for our students, which are required of our students. And so it makes an ideal location for you to come and study in Riverside. As I said, we are part of the University of California system. The UC system is a public university system in California. We are comprised of 10 campuses. Our combined student body is made up of approximately 270,000 students. We do have over 1.7 million living alumni. And again, why is that good for you as a prospective student? Because those living alumni are all part of your alumni. So the alumni from Berkeley and UCLA and Irvine and San Diego are all alumni that you can interact with, as well as just from Riverside. So you are part of that whole system. So let's talk about UC Riverside. We do have 7 schools. School of Business, of course, is one of them. We have many different bachelor's, master's program, PhDs. All of our schools are top-ranked schools. UCR's colleges are, many of them are named in Princeton Review and U.S. News and World Report as being top schools. And let me talk to you specifically about the School of Business and AGSM. Both our undergraduate and graduate program are top 100 business schools according to U.S. News and World Report. Excuse me. Our graduate program is a best part-time MBA program, most diverse, which is very good, because we are a very diverse school. We currently, this year, have over 21 countries represented in our graduate programs. In the Princeton Review, we are given awards for being a great school for minority students. We are an AACSB accredited school. Only 5% of business schools in the world are AACSB accredited. 20% of companies will only recruit from universities that are AACSB accredited, and graduates from AACSB accredited typically will receive higher and more competitive salaries than those that are not. So I always tell students when I am recruiting, even if you decide not to come to us, make sure and look at schools that are AACSB accredited, because that accreditation is extremely important for you and when you choose where you go to a graduate program. So we do definitely take all of our rankings very, very seriously, and we are very proud of the fact that we are definitely a top 100 school. And this is just a picture which I think is really nice for you to be able to see a little bit of our campus. This is the center of our campus. This is kind of an area where the students gather, and so it's one of those that I think is a great picture to put in so that you can kind of see a little bit of our campus. So let's talk a little bit about our graduate programs. As I said, we are a top 100 U.S. News and World Report best business school. We are ranked number 6 for providing opportunities for minority students. And I like to say one of the things that I think is good about this when I'm talking to international students, the reason I bring this up is because it's important for our international students to know that you fall in this category of being a minority student. And so this is important for you to know that we provide a lot of opportunity for our minority students. We provide scholarships. And that's very important for you to understand that our international students are receiving scholarships with us. They're receiving fellowships. So know that you are eligible for those. We are ranked first for being the most international MBA in U.S. News and World Report as well. And also, and this isn't in this slide, but we are considered as the most Southern California return on investment, being number 1 in Southern California, return on investment MBA in Southern California, which is very, very good when you think about the schools in Southern California that are in our area, and School of Business at University of California, Riverside being number 1 for your return on investment. So we have 4 different programs at our school in our graduate program. 2 of them are very similar because we have our MBA and we also have a Flex MBA. And so those are almost the same, but we do call those 2 different programs. Those are done in 2 years. Our Flex MBA can actually be done in a little more than 2 years as an international student. 3 years would be max on that. We have our Master of Finance, which is STEM certified. That's typically done in 1 year, but it can be done in 1 year and 1 quarter. And then we have our Master of Professional Accountancy, which again is done in 1 year, and it can also be done in 1 year, 1 quarter. And I'll talk about each of those individually here. Our MBA program is a full-time program. It's a 2-year, 80-quarter unit 80-unit program. We are on the quarter system. It does prepare students for a functional business discipline. This program is comprised of approximately 59% international students. The program gives you program electives in accounting, finance, general management, management information systems, marketing, and supply chain management. The Master of Business Administration class profile, the average GPA is a 3.27. The average GMAT is a 620. Average age is 25. Average work experience is 34 months. Please know that we do not require work experience, though. Our average for the distribution of men and women is 42% women and 58% men. In the United States, in an MBA program, it's 30% women and 70% men. So we have a really good ratio of men and women. And then again, our international is 59%. and then domestic is 41%. And as I said, we actually have 21 different countries represented this year. So this is information, 17 was from last year. Excuse me, I just had to take a quick drink of water. So you are going to get a really good global experience. You're going to be sitting in class with students from Indonesia, China, Taiwan, France, Germany, Canada, Vietnam, Thailand. So you really do get a very good global experience, which is really great. One of the things that I like to tell students is when you graduate and you become an alumni, and whether you stay in the U.S. and you are sponsored and you end up staying and getting a green card and living here, or you return to your home country, your classmates become your alumni. They become your network. And when you become maybe a business owner and you want to expand your business globally, the people that you went to school with is who you're going to reach out to initially. And if you have this great global network, look at where you can expand your business to. And so sitting in the classroom with all these different people from 21 different countries is who you're going to reach out to. And so our MBA program, in your first year, you need to take these 9 core courses that you see here. And I like to say this is kind of getting a little taste of everything. So you're going to get a little taste of finance, a little taste of marketing, information systems, accounting. What this is going to do is it's going to tell you, do I want to concentrate in finance in my second year? Do I want to maybe concentrate on marketing? Or maybe you don't. Maybe you want to just stay well-rounded and continue taking a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So in your second year, you can concentrate in one area, but you don't have to. You can continue just being well-rounded and taking a little bit of every single subject matter. So the Flex MBA is the same as our full-time MBA, but it's tailored to your schedule. So you can do the program in as little as 21 months, or you can take it more of a part-time schedule. Now, as an international student, you would have to take a minimum of 12 units per quarter. And so you can stretch this out to being 3 years if you want to. You can take classes in the evenings. We do have classes starting next quarter on Saturdays. So this really does help you just kind of determine what's the best fit for you. The courses are the same. The curriculum is the same. The professors are the same. All it's doing is it's helping you to really determine what fits best for your schedule. One more thing I need to point out for the MBA is an internship is required for the MBA. So the Master of Finance, again, is one of those programs that you can do more on a full-time basis or and do it in a 9-month, or you can stretch this out and do it in 1 year and 1 quarter. 48 units are required of this. This is helping you build a career as a chartered financial analyst, a certified financial planner. It's going to prepare you to take that CFA course. It's going to help you become many different career opportunities. This Master of Finance is really kind of appropriate for those business, engineering, math, statistic kind of undergraduate majors. It really does require a very strong quantitative background. It's a very strong and very fast-paced program. On the GMAT, you do need to score within the 80th percentile of the quantitative portion. So know that it is very competitive to get into this program. This is STEM certified. So as an international student, it does allow you to be here for 36 months of OPT. Some of the careers that our students have gone into are investment banking, corporate finance, risk management, quantitative research. So this is really a great program that helps address some of these finance professions that really have gone kind of unmet because there has been a lot of untrained professions that students just haven't been able to go into because they haven't had that really intensive training. So then we have our Master Professional Accountancy, which again is a very fast-paced program. We have 2 tracks for this. You do have to have some accounting background in order to go into this program for track 1. So we have 2 different tracks for this. Again, it is a 48 core units for this program. This fully prepares you to sit for the CPA exam. So this program is going to qualify you for being a CPA, for the Certified Management Accountant, Certified Internal Auditor. The program prerequisites that are required for it, as you can see, are financial accounting, a year of intermediate financial accounting, an auditing course, a taxation course, and a cost or manager accounting course. Now, if you do not have these, our track 2 will give you these prerequisites in your first quarter. So you can do either track 1 or track 2 for this. So why do most students get a master's degree? Well, most students get a master's degree in order to get a better job, a higher pay. And so our dean about 5 or 6 years ago said, well, to get a better job, you kind of need a career service that's dedicated just to our students. So we have a career service on our campus, and we have 25,000 students on our campus. And our dean kind of went, well, that's not good enough for our students. So we have 300 students in our graduate programs, and so we hired 3 full-time employees for our own graduate career services. And our graduate career services offers things like resume workshops, networking events. In fact, once a quarter, we have a networking event where they bring in 50 to 60 employers, and it's over lunchtime. And so our students learn how to network because networking is so important in the United States. It's a time for students to come in to meet these employers for potential jobs, potential internships. So it's a really good time for them to learn how to network. Some of the other services that our career development service offers is, of course, internships, job searches, resume review. One of the things that they offer is if a student has a job interview, next week, the student can go in and sit down and they'll do a mock interview with them so the student is not scared to go for that job interview. They do job coaching, LinkedIn coaching, full-time job positions, company visits. That's really important. So, sometimes you just want to know, what does the company look like? They'll take them and they'll sit down with the company presidents. And this is an all-day visit. So we rent a bus, we take the students, and they spend the day at the company, seeing what a day in the life at a particular company is. So they've gone to Target, they've gone to Walmart, they've gone to Instagram. So many different company visits to be able to see what it's like to go through the company during the day, and what the company is looking like for in potential employees. And then they have where they'll bring in companies that will talk about what they're looking for in potential employees. And so these are just some of the things that our career development offers to students so that the student knows what they need to do when they're looking for jobs. So I want to show you in the last 4 years, our 2017 statistics are not here, but I can tell you about those after I tell you the last 4 years on this slide here. Since our dean started our career service, as you can see, our numbers have gone up every single year. In the middle of the slide here, in our 2016 numbers, 90% of our MBAs were employed within 3 months of graduating from AGSM at a starting salary of $83,375 US dollars. And I want you to look at the very far right of the slide. What's important for you as an international student is, out of that 90% of our international students, 72% of them got jobs in the United States, 28% of them got jobs internationally. Of that 72%, part of them did get jobs from companies that sponsored them. Part of them got jobs where it was just their OPT, where they're looking for companies that were going to hopefully eventually sponsor them. This year's statistics, we don't have the slide for it yet because it just came out, but our director just actually told me before I left work today that our number fell by only 1%. 89% of our MBAs have received their jobs. So our numbers have stayed really consistent. That is something that we are extremely proud of. We are the #1 MBA program in Southern California with those statistics. And that's why students get their higher degree, is for those kind of statistics. And our next slide is showing some of the companies where our students have gotten jobs. Deloitte, Cisco, PayPal, Verizon, Disney, Kia Motors, Ernst & Young. So we have some really good companies, top international companies where our students are getting jobs, jobs and internships. And so our Career Center is giving our students the tools that they need in order to get the jobs and the internships. But what I tell our students is they can't get the jobs for you. It's still up to you to get the jobs and the internships, but they will do everything that they need to do to help you get that job. But ultimately, it is up to you to get that job. You can come to them at any time. I tell the students I work with is, come to them the first day you land in the U.S. Like, come in and get to know them. Like, get to know them on a first name basis. Bug them all the time so that when they find that perfect job and they know that this is the type of company that you want to get a job at, they're sending you that email right away and they're saying, hey, I found the perfect job for you. Get your resume in there immediately so that you are like on top of it right away. And you're the first resume that company gets. So there are jobs to be had in California. I mean, we are the #7 GDP in the world. We could be our own country. So there are jobs to be had here. So financial aid. Now, is there money to be had? Absolutely. Is there money to be had for international students? Yes. So all incoming students are considered for financial aid and fellowships upon admission. You do not actually have to apply for it outside of your application. So I think that's great. Again, our dean knows how important it is for international students to be considered. And so he has done a really good job of going out and raising money so that there is money to be had and to be given to international students. And so we make it a point of doing our best to give money to international students. And I'm an advocate for our international students. I am the associate director of international relations. And I'm actually called the American Mama to our international students, and I fight for my kids to make sure and try and get them internet scholarships. So I will fight for you. So just know that. For our MBA students, we have teaching assistant positions in your second year. We have campus jobs, readerships. In your first year of your MBA, you can get a readership where you're paid a salary. We have graduate student workers. And then there's scholarships that are AGSM and UCR affiliated that our donors do, that are actual scholarships that you do apply for after you come to campus. So there are ways to help fund your education. So I like to always kind of really quickly say, like, where are places to stay. We do have an international village, and I'll just tell you right up front, most of our graduate students don't stay there, but there are a lot of furnished apartments and unfurnished apartments close to campus, and a lot of our students do like to room together. It does make it less expensive, and because that we are about 60 miles east of the Los Angeles and Orange County area, we pay about 30% less than they do in those areas, and so our housing is a lot more affordable than it is for those schools that are that way. And then this is kind of the fun part for me. There is a lot of really neat things to experience here in the Riverside area. So there's internship opportunities, there's international trips, we have some great business competitions, and then of course there's research. And you know, I'm all about, the academics are great, but I think when you come to the United States, I think it's really important to experience the American culture and the American, the California lifestyle. And we are really close to the beaches and the mountains in Las Vegas and Hollywood. We're only about an hour from all of this. And I think it's really important to be a part of it. And one of the things that we like to do is we like to have a lot of really great experiences for our students. So we go to the dean's home for a Thanksgiving dinner so that you experience part of our American culture. Our student association has a bonfire before school starts at the beach, and they just had an ice skating event the other night. And so we're always trying to have just a lot of really great kind of fun student life, and we think that's really important to do as well, and just get to know each other. And so like I said, we are only about 60 miles from the Los Angeles area, so it's really kind of a great area to be. So our application requirements, all applicants, there is an application fee of $125, but I was given permission tonight from my dean to offer every single person that joined. So I'm staying tonight, but it's your tomorrow. So for those of you that are joining my tonight, your tomorrow, or morning, I guess I should say. For everyone that's joining, if you start your application and submit within 1 week, so you have 1 week, which is actually fairly easy to do, we will waive your application fee. All you need to do is send me an email and let me know that you joined in this information session, and submit within 7 days. So 1 week, so it would be in 1 week. Let me know that you submit, give me your application number, and I will get your application fee waived. Your statement of purpose and statement of personal history can be one statement. It shows us 2 statements there. On the application, it shows us 2 statements, but it only needs to be 1. That's why this can be very easy. For your official transcripts, we are accepting a 3-year bachelor's from your country. So this is great news. We finally did this last year. This is the first time this has been accepted. So we are very excited that we're finally doing this for India. We only require 1 letter of recommendation. And we do, of course, require an official GMAT or GRE score. We do require an official TOEFL or IELTS score. However, we will accept an interview For all of you that are participating today, so if you would like to do a Skype interview for us, we will waive your TOEFL or IELTS score. So anyone that would like to take us up on that, we will waive that by doing a Skype interview with you. Okay? So for all of you, the application deadline would be May 1st. Which really isn't that far away, but you would need to submit your application in 1 week if you would like to have us waive your application fee. And you can see my email here, tamra.johnson@UCR, to get your fee waived today. And if you have any questions, you can email me as well.